How's everybody doing? All right. Everybody had a good weekend? Yes? Yes? I did too on Saturday. Saturday I was cutting my grass, and after I finished cutting my grass, I was very impressed at what I did. I was looking at the green, I had the green thumbs up, and I was all excited. I was like, woo! I did that. And then I went to sleep and I woke up, it's today. So I figured how that happened. So in the meantime, as we're dealing with innovation, I'm wondering, we might have to look into how that happened from Saturday to now that we're here now from Saturday. I just wanted to talk about today cultural innovation and how to avoid the pitfalls of a stressful work environment. I've been involved in transit for 18 years, and I've seen many ups and downs. I've seen my paper slide down. I've seen a lot of things that have happened in being involved in transit, and also just in not transit, but as well as working in retail, that the environment and sometimes can be real stressful, real hectic, can be crazy, can be outrageous at some points. And since we're in the moment where we're talking with managers, directors, leaders, supervisors, myself as well, I want to bring out this point of understanding that what we do and how we do things as leaders affect our employees. So I want to bring that attention to us and how we can avoid the pitfalls of those things. I ask that we all should look to have self-awareness of ourselves. Understand that it's important that when we're involved in a situation dealing with work environments, that we first analyze ourselves to make sure what are we saying and what we're doing is correct, and that we're not out of line and not out of character and not out of place. I think that's very valuable, very important. A lot of times we could get caught in the moment of dealing with a situation and forget of analyzing, making sure that we're coming across and doing things correctly and in the right manner. I believe that we must be aware of our voice. Our facial expressions and our words can say a lot. Of not smiling, of just looking crazy, just many things that we have to pay attention to, that we want to make sure that we're coming across with a positive attitude, that we're having a positive mindset for those that are employed by us. Also, an important key thing that I want to say is emotional hijacking. In my 18 years of experience, I've seen this firsthand, talking about myself, that I've sometimes have let the best things come negatively out of me when I was younger. Not now, I'm older now, I'm much more mature. But I've experienced it where the emotional hijacking has taken its place. And I had to tell myself, pause, stop, take a break, walk away, come back to the situation later. I think that's very key, because a lot of times, and we can see it when we're dealing with emails as well, where we get an email and you see something, you're like, oh my God, what they just said? Oh wait, hold on. Let me pause about this and let me just walk away. Let me go do a two-step down the hall and then come right back. And so when you do those things, you put your emotional hijacking in check, and then you understand that, no, I have to come across and do it a different way and come across better. Another key thing that is important when dealing with a stressful work environment is understanding that we need to listen. A lot of times we just go off and we just start talking and not hear what another person has to say. In order for them to be innovative and be successful, we must understand and hear their points and values of what they see in their vision. A lot of times we're looking at the situation from our viewpoint, from our eyes. And it's very important that if we just move to the side and look from their perspective and see where they're coming from, then maybe we could broaden our mindset to say, okay, let's do this situation a different way and come across better with it. Always put yourself in another person's shoes before reacting. A lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we ignore that it's just us, and that it's just them, but we don't put ourselves in this situation to understand where they're coming from. I had to learn that as a dispatcher, as a supervisor, to be in the driver's footstep, in the driver's shoes, to understand door-to-door service in those type of situations. I think that's very key and very important in this time. I want you to understand that change is difficult, not changing is fatal. A lot of times we fail to sit there and look to change. It's very important that we must have that concept and grasp that what we do and how we do it is important, and that we must also learn to change sometime as well. I heard this quote in the Leadership Academy, what you do matters. And I think what we do as leaders and directors and as supervisors is very important. What we do matters for those that we supervise and manage. So in my closing, I would just like to say, you hear the applause in my curtain call. Come on. What you do every day matters more than what you do every once in a while. So always keep that in mind, that at the end of the day, it's not just what you do that matters, but what you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Thank you.